Hi everyone, my name's Paul from Plan Your Patch. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for joining the channel. So today what I thought we might cover is a few tips on how to keep your garden looking, particularly your vegetable garden, looking really, really good. Now obviously with the magic of YouTube I can show you one end of the garden where I've obviously weeded and it's all looking neat and fantastic. However, if I rotate the camera, you'll see the reality that I'm kind of like everyone else in that I really have let the garden go and I'm just in the process of getting it back in. So kind of what I'm about to show you is the tips I know I should be doing, but I don't always get around to doing it. So if you have a look at the other side of the garden, which is obviously we're moving from one end to another, okay, and what you'll see is some serious weed problems where we're doing some serious chopping to get the garden back into shape, ready for putting in winter vegetables. Okay, so as you can see from that last shot I showed you, I've let a section of the garden go. Now to avoid that and make the whole garden process a lot more enjoyable, i.e. you come out and it always looks great, and when you do have to weed it's very minimal. What you need to do is weed much more regularly than obviously what I have. Now the best tool to speed this process up is a Dutch hoe. Now there are different types of Dutch hoe. So there are ones that have sort of like a D shape, and the bottom of the D is used to sort of scrape along the surface and pick up any weeds. Now they work well, but the reason I prefer this particular variety is they're a little bit more flexible in terms of the way you move weeds. So you'll see with my area that I, for example, have pavers between my garden beds, and one of the issues that I have is because those pavers hold a bit of heat, I tend to get weeds right along the edge of the pathways, much more so than in the middle of the beds. And so this allows me to just leave it in behind, pull it out, and then scrape the surface. Okay, but I can guarantee you that weeding is just an absolute breeze with one of these, and you can get one of the beds I've got, which are approximately 1 meter by about 3 meters. So that's in US terms, that's about 3 feet by about 9 feet. I can do it in like less than 5 minutes. Now what you can see if I take a close-up of this bed, and if you look really closely, hopefully you can see it, and we might just zoom right in, is that this bed actually has been weeded relatively recently, but you can see that there's the beginnings of weeds coming up, and you can just see them popping up absolutely everywhere. But nothing, and nothing that's going to spoil the appearance of the beds or anything like, or really even cause problems for the vegetables at this point in time. And that's really the mistake that a lot of people make, because once the weeds become established, then you have a lot more effort to get rid of them. Now to get rid of the weeds really quickly, and hopefully you can see this on camera really quickly, you can see it, all I need to do is run a hoe through to disrupt the surface of the weeds just very quickly, and in a matter of a couple of minutes I've got rid of most of the weeds so that we don't have a problem later on. Now what also really helps with this process is if you've spaced your vegetables properly across the bed. So in this case I have leeks in the bed, and they are approximately probably a foot apart in most areas. Okay, and as you can see that I've got the vast majority of the weeds in a matter of a few seconds. So I kind of hope that tip helps you a lot, but as I said, don't be like me. Don't leave your plants, your beds too long, because then you end up doing a lot more work. And this is one of the best methods for just minimizing weeding, so you're keeping the beds neat and tidy at all times. I hope you found this useful. Have a great day, and please subscribe. Cheers.